Hello, I'm Caroline McCarthy and I'm an author. I live in a small village in rural New South Wales in Australia. I'm sitting here today in my studio, surrounded by the things I really love. My instruments, my artwork, and I have enough room in here to dance. I'm also able to look out onto my garden, which I truly love, and yes, there's a cat. So Caroline McCarthy is a pen name. My real name is Rochelle Sutherland, and some people will know me by that name as a physiotherapist. Which leads me to explain why I have a pen name. Being a physiotherapist, I am sometimes involved with research, and because I like to write, both professionally in my physiotherapy work and professionally as a writer, I often find myself doing research and then presenting it at conference. And my greatest fear when I started writing romantic fiction was that in a conference, some wag would stand up at question time and say, "So can you tell us what the physical consequences might be of what happens here on page 86? I couldn't bear the thought. So I write with a pen name. Caroline McCarthy is my name for my fiction, but I do write under Rochelle Sutherland for my non-fiction. So today I'd like to introduce you to my latest novel, A Home for Moira. Now, A Home for Moira is written about a young woman by the name of Moira who lives in Victorian UK, grew up in Scotland, and is now living in the Lake District. She's at that point in her life, that transition point between being a young woman who's not independent to being a woman who has to find her home and establish herself. And in that period of time, it did mean marrying. I know, as a young woman of that age, that transition period was very destabilising. I found it very hard because I didn't have any roots to put down. I knew I couldn't put any roots down. I knew I couldn't paint a rental I was in. I had to be content with where I was in that transition period. It's a very hard time. It's also a hard time to find your feet. So I wrote about that time, and I think that Moira found her feet fairly well. In one of my later videos, I'm going to introduce you to Moira and to the other characters in this book by doing some readings. And I hope that you'll go on and watch some of those. I also intend to read the whole book in chapters or even in part chapters. And I hope that you'll enjoy accessing this through this free service of YouTube. Please come back and find out more about Moira.